I never believed in monsters, demons, ghosts, or any of that late-night nonsense folks talk about on radio shows. I believed in long hours, minimum wage, stale coffee, and people who didn't know how to read signs that clearly said, "Bathroom key inside." But all that changed my second week working nights at the last stop gas and goods, sitting lonely as hell on Highway 84, about 30 minutes outside Roswell, New Mexico. Folks always joked the place was cursed, said we were a hell mouth for weirdos. I'd laugh, say something smart like, "Weirdos pay with cash, same as anyone." I ain't laughing anymore. Not after what I saw. My name's Evan Hart, 26, broke, divorced before I was even old enough to drink. Yeah, long story. And working at a gas station wasn't exactly my dream job, but it paid the bills, and the night shift bonus helped me afford my crappy apartment in town. The station had 2 pumps, a flickering neon sign shaped like a cowboy hat, and a mini-mart that smelled like beef jerky, pine cleaner, and old cardboard. My shift ran 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., which meant I saw the highway during its deadest hours. You ever stood outside alone at 3 a.m., where the only light is a buzzing sign, and the desert stretches black for miles? It does something to your brain. Makes you feel like the last person alive. The older guy who trained me, Walt, told me on day 1, "Listen, kid, after midnight, don't go wandering around the back lot. Don't open the dumpster lids, and if something taps on the glass, just pretend you ain't hear it." I thought he was screwing with me. Turns out he wasn't. My first week was easy. Truckers wanting coffee, teenagers sneaking beer with fake IDs so bad even a blind man could spot them, and the occasional road-weary family looking for bathrooms. But on the 8th night, something changed. It was around 2:40 a.m. I was behind the counter, doodling in a notebook, when the front bell jingled. Not the usual sharp clang. The door didn't even fully open, just nudged enough for the bell to tremble like someone gently touched it. I looked up. Nobody there. Desert wind, maybe? Except the wind wasn't blowing. My hair didn't even move. Then the cooler doors in the back, glass things with handles, fogged over, all at once, like someone breathed on every one of them. My skin prickled. "Probably a damn thermostat glitch," I muttered. But then I heard the scraping. Soft, slow, like nails dragging along tile. It came from aisle 3. Chips and canned beans. "Anyone here?" I called. No answer. I grabbed the metal broom handle, mostly for show, and walked down the aisle. The scraping stopped. I rounded the corner. Nothing. Then something whispered from behind me, so close the breath tickled my ear. "Thirsty." I whipped around, hitting the shelf behind me so hard, a stack of Pringles toppled. My knees locked. My heart kicked my ribs like a mule. Nobody there. But the refrigerated air got colder. Much colder. Like someone left a freezer door open. I backed up toward the counter, pushing the broom out like I was fending off a raccoon. All right, Walt's messing with me. Gonna kill him. Except Walt wasn't scheduled, and he wasn't the type to drive 30 minutes into the desert just to prank the new guy. He had sciatica. He barely liked walking to his mailbox. I shook it off, chalked it up to fatigue, and went back to the register. But the security monitor kept flickering. And for the first time in my life, I didn't want to be alone.
2 nights later, at exactly 3:14 a.m., a car I didn't hear pull up suddenly appeared on pump 2. Old Cadillac, maybe late 70s, dark maroon. chrome grill shaped like a grin. The woman inside sat motionless, not looking at the pump, not looking at the station, just looking straight ahead. Long black hair, too long for a woman that old. She looked maybe late 50s. Pale hands on the steering wheel like she was holding on for dear life. I grabbed my receipt pad and stepped outside. "Evening, ma'am," I said. "You good? Need help pumping or?" She slowly turned her head toward me. Her eyes, they were wrong. Not cloudy, not blind, just empty, like they didn't reflect any light. No shine, no life, like looking into two pits. "You sell water?" she asked. Her voice didn't match her face. Too young, too smooth. Yeah, inside." She didn't move, didn't blink. "Could you bring it to me?" she asked. "Please?" The way she said "please" froze my guts, like she practiced the word 1,000 times but never used it right. I nodded and hurried inside. When I came back out, she was gone, car and all. No engine sound, no dust kicked up, no headlights. Just vanished like she never existed. Except she left something behind. On the pump screen, smeared across the plastic like a handprint dragged downward, was a streak of dark red. Blood, still wet.
I called Walt the next day. He sighed like a man who'd been waiting for this call. "Kid, did she ask for water?" "Yeah." "Don't say another word, just listen. Next time she shows up, you lock the doors, kill the lights, and don't go outside. She ain't buying nothing. She's trying to come in." "What the hell is she?" I asked. Walt didn't answer right away. Then, quiet, he said, "Something that got left behind in the desert. Something that shouldn't be here." I didn't believe him. Didn't want to believe him. But deep down, my bones already knew we wasn't lying. That night, I peeked at the backlot camera for the first time. Walt told me not to. Said there were things in the dark that stare back. But I've always been curious to the point of stupidity. So at 1 a.m., when business was dead, I clicked camera 9. I wish to God I hadn't. The screen showed the cracked asphalt behind the station, dumpsters lined against the fence, darkness everywhere. But after a second of staring, I realized the darkness was moving. Not shadows, shapes. Things crawling on the ground, flat, pale shapes dragging themselves with long limbs that bent the wrong way. They slid under the dumpsters, vanished into cracks, clustered around the propane cage like they were sniffing. Some had long hair, some none at all. Some had arms too long, dragging behind like tails. All of them moved wrong, like insects wearing people suits. I slammed the monitor off and backed away from the screen so hard I knocked over a box of Slim Jims.
Around 4 a.m., a semi pulled in. I'd never been so relieved to see another human. Trucker hopped out, big guy, beard down to his chest. Looked friendly enough. "You open?" he asked. "Yeah," I said. "Come on in." He bought coffee, beef jerky, some windshield wipes. Normal dude. But as he reached for his wallet, he froze. "You seen her?" he asked quietly. My stomach dropped. "Who?" "The woman in the maroon Cadillac. Seen her driving this stretch last couple weeks. Drives real slow, never refuels, never buys nothing, just stares ahead." He rubbed his face like he was trying to wipe something off. "Last guy at a station down the road said she talked to him. Said she asked for water.
My mouth went dry. What happened to him? Trucker looked me dead in the eyes. He ain't been seen since. My heart thudded once, heavy. You listen, kid. If she comes back, don't go near that car. She ain't alive, and she ain't alone.
My 10th night, 3:14 a.m., the same minute she'd come before. Pump 2 lit up. The Cadillac sat there again. Engine silent, headlights dim like dying candles. She was inside, hands on the wheel, hair hanging over her face. I locked the doors, turned off the lights, just like Watts said, but she knew I was watching. She slowly lifted her head, and even through the dark, her eyes glowed faint blue like dead TV screens. Then she stepped out of the car. Her feet were bare. The ground around her froze white, frost crawling toward the store entrance. She wasn't walking toward the pumps. She was walking toward me. The glass door rattled as she pressed her hand against it. Her palm left a smear of blood, fresh, warm. "Water," she whispered. "Please." I ducked behind the counter, heart slamming in my throat. Her nails scraped the glass, slow, rhythmic. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Then she stopped. Everything went silent, so silent it rang in my ears. I peeked over the counter. She was gone. The Cadillac? Gone. But on the front door, written backward in blood so it could be read from inside, was one word: thirsty. I lasted 2 more nights. Barely. On my last shift, around 3:50 a.m., the ground behind the station shook. Not an earthquake, more like something big moving underground. The dumpsters rattled. The propane cage groaned. Then something crawled out from under the back fence. At first, I thought it was a coyote. Then it unfolded. Skin pale as moonlight, limbs long and spider-like, face blank except for a mouth that opened sideways, tears splitting across the cheeks. It sniffed the air, turned toward the station, and whispered, in the same too smooth voice as the woman, "Water." More shapes slithered out behind it. 7, 8, a whole cluster, all whispering, all hungry. The front door shook, the windows quivered. My instinct screamed, "Run," so I did. Out the back emergency exit, across the sand, toward the headlights of an incoming car, a sheriff cruiser. He nearly hit me. I screamed about the things, the woman, the Cadillac, the creatures. When we looked back at the station, it was quiet, still. No monsters, no woman, no car. Just a dark, silent mini-mart under buzzing lights. The sheriff told me I was exhausted, hallucinating, heat stress. But the next morning, the station burned down. No cause found, no bodies discovered, no footage recovered. Just ashes where the backlot used to be, and long, dragging tracks in the dirt, leading away into the desert. I never went back to that highway. Moved states, got a day job. Try not to think about it. But sometimes, late at night, I hear a soft tapping on my window. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And a woman's voice, sweet as a ghost and wrong as a nightmare, whispers through the dark, "Water, please." I keep every tap closed, every curtain shut, because I know what's out there, and I know she's still thirsty.